Hey guys, it's Lizzie here. So today I'm going to show you how to create this really simple makeup look using these two beautiful eyeshadows. This one's from Makeup Obsession and this one is by Topshop. So if you want to know how to recreate this look, then just keep watching. Thank you. As always, for my crease I'm going to take this contour shade from Sleek. It's in their light contouring kit. Now what I like to do is look straight into the mirror and start defining the crease whilst I can still see it, because I have quite hooded eyelids. And then once I've got the colour there, I just tilt my head back and the skin gets a bit more stretched, and then I continue to add more colour. That way I know I'm going in the right place, but it's a bit easier to apply it than with your eye fully opened. Just tilt your head back a bit. What I found recently all the time is that this eye really waters at the side, so you can see that my concealer's already coming off. And I honestly don't know why it's happening and why it's just one eye. It's really annoying. So this is the makeup look I wore for New Year's Eve, and yeah, it lasted all night. I think these products really complement each other, like the green and the red. So I'm just going under the eye now. And then when there's less product on the brush, I'm just going to start buffing out the edges. So there you go, you should end up with something like that. Nothing too dramatic. This will just help to blend out this red shade a little bit better. Now the main eyeshadow I'm going to use is this one from Makeup Obsession. It's a really deep red colour. I can't tell if it's called New York or if they're just all called New York. But yeah, it's a really lovely colour and it was only £2. They all come in these containers where you can like push the product out. Can you see that? So you then end up with the case and the eyeshadow, so you can put this into a palette. They have their own palettes with lots of empty squares, so you can just build them up with any colours that you like. So I've just wet my brush and then I'm going to pack on the colour. So I've not done my foundation yet, as you can see, because when red has fallout, it just makes a horrible mess. So as this has quite a lot of red in it, and then the other colour's green, I just thought it would be easier to do foundation right at the end. So this year I've got quite a lot planned. I've been thinking of learning to drive, but it's really expensive. It's like 23 to 28 pounds an hour. Because I'm not so bothered about, like, I need to learn to drive because my parents live about 3.5 to 4 hours away, and it's going to sound super spoiled, but they always pick me up and drive me home. So that's like an 8-hour round trip for them, and I need to stop relying on that so much. So I have got the train and things before as well, or say if my brother's driving up from here, he'll take me with him, but it's just it's getting more and more tricky and I feel more and more bad relying on them. So I just need to bite the bullet and learn to drive. And then on my road is a car hire place, so I can just hire a car at any point when I need to go up there. I don't plan on owning a car because I live in the middle of town, so I don't really need to. Like, I'm only a 10-minute walk from work. Right, once you've put that on, you then want to get a fluffy brush with the product dry and buff out the edges. So I'm taking this relatively small fluffy brush and I'm just going to start buffing out the red. I've also decided to be vegan this month. Initially just for January, but I mean, I don't see why it will stop. It has no need to. It's pretty easy going. Pretty much every supermarket has vegan garlic bread and that's all you need. And I found a company that do vegan cheese and onion crisps. They're the other thing I really like. So I'm going to order lots of them from the vegan kind. I think they're by 10 acres or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. So yeah, be good to order in some of them. At the moment I'm just eating chili kiwi Dorito all the time. Because I know they're a safe bet. By saying that, maybe this red eyeshadow isn't vegan. All new makeup I'm buying, I'm researching, but I already own this product, so obviously I won't stop using it. I just will not rebuy it if it isn't. Just red pigment is a bit dodgy. So looking at it, I think they're symmetrical up top. So what I'm going to do now is re-wet my brush and do underneath the eye. Are any of you partaking in vegan January? Or any other sort of New Year's resolutions, things like that? I sort of, I've been vegetarian for ages, since I was 11. So I'm 26 now. And the last year and a half, 2 years maybe, I've eaten significantly less dairy, so I've not bought dairy milk. I haven't eaten eggs for about a year, like whole eggs, bought them, you know, they're still in everything. And what else? Just been more mindful of where it's come from. But I realise now that that's not enough, and I'm just fed up of hearing my own excuses for why I'm not vegan when I care about animals. So I just want to really educate myself and learn more about the farming industry and what's going on, and yeah, I felt like this was a good opportunity to do that. Again, with the softer brush and dry product, we're just going to buff out the edges. Okay, now step back from the mirror a little bit and just try and see if they're symmetrical. I think this one's going a lot higher up overall, so we take this one up a bit higher. Now I'm going to take an amazing eyeshadow. It's this one from Topshop, and it doesn't really look like it on camera, but the base of it is a very similar red to what I've just put on my eyes, like a reddy pink. But on camera it's not showing up like that. And it's got this green reflex to it, and it's called U-Turn, and I think they advertise it as a highlighter, which is very fun. But yeah, I'm going to use this in the inner corner. Again, I'm taking that on a wet brush, and this is a more dense pencil brush. You can see how pigmented that is. And we're just going to really pack that onto the inner corner. Now on New Year's Eve, my friend Dan had this pink eyeshadow on too, and then we put the green down the centre of the eye instead of in the inner corner. And I think it meant that when he closed his eyes, you got this like nice flash of green. Then actually, when we were in town, and we were in Wetherspoons, there was this girl there that had this crazy green highlighter on her cheeks, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. She was like, it's that eyeshadow from Topshop. So yeah, we were all wearing the same thing. It looked really good on her, and it made me realise that I can feel confident enough to have green highlighter. So I feel like this is quite an out there green. Like I've worn Mermaid from NYX as a highlighter, but it is a lot softer. This is also very glittery, sort of, you know, quite sparkly. It's like a moon dust from Urban Decay. Once there's less on the brush, I just buff around the edges, and I'm going to take it really high up in here. See that? So that's the basics of the eye makeup really. I'm just going to line my eyes with a black Kohl pencil from Urban Decay and put my mascara on, which for that I'm going to use H&M's High and Mighty, and then I'll be right back. I've actually just thought of one more step I can add, and it's this pressed glitter from Glitter Tubes in Lavender. See, it's got this nice green reflect to it. Yeah, it's slightly purple base, but I feel like it will work quite well, so we give this a go. I feel like if I spread it out thin enough, you won't see much of the purple anyway, and you'll just add some more green glitter to it. Now I'm going to go onto my skin. Firstly, I'm going to prime my face using a green colour correcting primer from NYX. So I put this on just, say, half my chin. You'll see how, like, such a good job it does, really. Obviously stuff like really big blemishes it's not going to cover because it's not a concealer, but you can see it's really taken down that redness straight away, and I don't look green. And then on the rest of my face I'm going to use this one from Dermalogica, just because I really want to use it up. It's been lasting me ages. It's called the Skin Perfect Primer, it's SPF 30, as I will be going out after this. So just rub this on, and this basically helps to smooth out any fine lines and pores, and yeah, increase the longevity of your makeup. So for my foundation I'm going to use Urban Decay's All Nighter, and this is in shade 0.5, which is the lightest shade. I'm going to take that on my flat top foundation brush, dot it around the skin, and then I'll start to buff it out. And a little really goes such a long way with this. You want to work quite quickly because it does set, it doesn't necessarily need powdering, but once it's set it's more difficult to add another layer. You don't necessarily need another layer if you want, you can use it as a concealer too, so you could do just a second layer on areas where you need extra coverage. Has anyone else tried this foundation? I was thinking of doing a comparison between that and Kat Von D's Lock It Tattoo foundation, as they are my two favourites, and that, you know, there's several similarities between them, but they also have their own like standout features. Now I'm just going to set my cheeks lightly. I'm just using a fibre optic brush because they pick up less product, just so that my contour goes on really smooth. This foundation does dry to a matte finish, so if your skin is super dry, you might just need to wait a little bit longer and then it'll be dry enough for you to blend powders over, but I find I still can't get it too smooth unless I've powdered a little bit. Now for my contour, I'm going to use that same contour shade I used in the crease. This will just add a bit of definition and warmth to the skin. And then for my brows, I'm going to use just a tinted brow mascara. Nice and easy. So I'm just going to spritz my skin with Dewy setting spray from NYX. I like doing my highlighter now after I've done that because I find it goes on a lot more intense, which is fun. I'm going to go onto my lashes first and do the highlighter last. I'm going to use these ones, which are the Fleur de Force Eylure Lashes in the shape Fleur Loves. But they're 3/4 lashes anyway, and I think they're really nice when you don't have eyeliner on because the band is quite thin and they're just a lot easier to apply. And for my lash glue, I'm going to use, it's vanished, Ardell Lash Grip. So I've just put the glue on, and I've got this little lash tool holder device thing from my Kitco, and that really helps you to put the lash in the perfect place. But whilst that glue is just getting tacky, I'm going to go back over that eyeshadow that keeps coming off, just to make sure it looks a bit better before I glue these on. Right, if I zoom you in, you can sort of see, I know it's really dark around here, I will be sorting out the lighting soon, I promise. But it just makes them a bit more flushery and fun. You really want to squeeze them together with your natural lashes. Right, so there's my lashes done. Now I'm going to use this highlighter from Medusa makeup, and it's basically this nice pinky purple shade. It's called Healthy. Oh, it's so rainy and horrible outside. And then down on my nose, I like to highlight with the one in here, just because I think a coloured highlighter down the nose is a bit much for me, but obviously you do you. And I didn't used to highlight down the nose before because I'm not so keen on, I don't want to highlight it, but it stops it from being matte more than anything, more than trying to make it look slim or anything like that, so I just don't care about that. It just stops, it means light reflects off that part of my face and it stops my skin looking like it's as dry as it is. I generally use the same one above my eyebrows. Right, now we're going to spritz over that again with the Dewy setting spray. And now to decide on lip colour. So okay guys, that's the makeup look complete. So on my lips I decided to go for Fluke by Lime Crime, which is a diamond crusher, and it's the one with the sort of dark pink base and then the blue iridescence running through it. And I'll zoom you in. I just think it's the prettiest one. Well, like the most wearable. In real life it looks more blue, on here it's sort of showing up just white shimmery. That's fine. So yeah, I hope you found the makeup tutorial helpful. If you have any questions at all, then please comment them below and I'll get back to you. And if you like my style of videos, then please subscribe to my channel. It really makes a huge difference. And also any advice on how to stop my eye from watering or keep my makeup there would be really appreciated. So take care and thank you. Bye bye.